Okay, so I'm fixing to make a gross generalization here. Why are filmmakers so negative on social media? Sure, it can be a rough business, but why project mistrust and negativity? Why is it when someone posts something about pretty much any aspect of the filmmaking business, you almost always get several dogmatic, mostly negative responses? I've spent a lot of time in the last few months browsing popular groups on Facebook and Reddit. I noticed a certain kind of interaction that pops up on many threads. Basically, a filmmaker will ask a question. Something to the effect of, what do you think of this distributor? Or is anybody making any decent money from this platform or that sales agent? You'll get a half dozen responses, stuff like, I like them or I do pretty well with them. The thread will be moving along nicely, some information is shared, some help is given, and then someone jumps in and directly or passive aggressively attacks them or gaslights them for not agreeing with their ideals. Or they just respond with a snarky, sarcastic retort, often deflecting attention from the topic at hand. Or even worse, they take it a step further with, and I'm paraphrasing here, I don't believe you. Prove it. Not the exact words, but their meaning is clear. Or you'll get a whole bunch of filmmakers ganging up and attacking a person for asking what to them is a rote question. Like, they're angry that this person's question is taking up their precious bandwidth. If your default response to a filmmaker's post is like any of those above, well, I honestly just feel sorry for you. It must be exhausting to go through life so negative and distrusting. Look, I'm no Pollyanna. I'm not saying we should believe everything we hear, or to not challenge something we don't believe, or not to look deeper into things, or ask more probing questions. We absolutely should. But if your stock response mode is negative and accusatory, what is wrong with you? Seriously. Are things that tough for you that you have to tear someone else down? I mean, a few of these guys, it's like watching an alien try to approximate human behavior, but they haven't quite got it down yet. And when they're called on this behavior, they just fall back on, well, I was just joking. It was tongue in cheek. Classic gaslighting. Instead of being all shitty and sarcastic, you could have said, that's great, but I'm wondering where you exhibit your films. Or, that's awesome. Could you share some more specifics on what you've made? Totally understand if you can. If it's a question that you feel is so basic it shouldn't have been asked, or it's something that triggers or upsets you, you can keep scrolling. You don't have to respond. At least there's no need to attack the person or make them feel stupid. Me personally, when I see someone post something and give some info that I think might be suspect, I just quickly do a little research. Google them, check out their IMDb, look at a couple of their trailers, see where the movies are available. Are they available? Have they made any movies? Being nice works a lot better than gaslighting someone or straight up attacking them. And then some of them might be like, well, I just want more specific info. And that's fine, but it's no one else's responsibility to share that for you. A lot of that information can be proprietary depending on the parties involved. There can be legal reasons they're not sharing it. There are plenty of legit reasons for someone not to share specific details of their earnings. And I've seen a few such people say as much. Then the negative guys jump on them and say, prove it! Look, in regards to me and my channel, I don't expect anyone to trust and believe me blindly. Do your due diligence if you must. Look me up, check out my IMDb, check out some of my movies. If you actually do some of that stuff and think it's shit and you don't want to listen to my advice, that's all good. You go your way, I'll go mine. Anyone who does a quick 2-minute check can clearly see I'm out here making movies, a lot of movies that are in the marketplace and are earning. And many of these projects are freely available for people to check out. Now, you could still question exactly how much I make off these movies. That you may question. And you're right to. And feel free to ask. If it's a project that I can talk about, I will. I have talked a bit about my actual income in videos and have shared a screenshot or two, but I don't share everything. I work with other producers or investors sometimes that don't want specific numbers shared from their projects. It has nothing to do with them keeping secrets from other filmmakers or them trying to lie and inflate or deflate their returns. One common reason for not wanting to share the income could be, well, a lot of older folk, and some younger ones too, still really believe that it's bad form to share income details. While I may personally believe that this thinking is old-fashioned and it's out of step in today's market, but I'm not here to judge people who think differently. And as a partner, I have to respect their wishes if that's their thing. Now, all that said, I am prepping a huge income disclosure episode, which I'll get into many of these details on my overall project earnings. Sorry, got off on a little tangent there. As fellow filmmakers, we should be supporting and building each other up, not tearing each other down. And again, I'm not saying that we shouldn't question people or that we should put on rose-colored glasses and believe everything we hear, but there are much more constructive ways to engage or challenge. And for those of you that were just triggered by what I've said here, I implore you, take a beat before you lay into me in the comments or message me. Is it really about what I just said? Why are you so distrustful? Why is your stock response to attack in a negative manner? Who hurt you? It's okay. This is a safe space. You can talk about it. This concludes Self-Help with J. Horton. If you're liking my videos, please subscribe. I put new ones out every Wednesday and Sunday. But whatever you do, keep making movies.